Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Iseyin Camp and I film about faith, lifestyle and entertainment. And today I'm going to be talking about my stay in camp. I think this is intro 2 because I have shot a video about what I packed to the NYSC camp, and in this video I'm going to be talking about my stay in the NYSC camp. So entry 2, a youth call diary. So I camped in Iseyin, Oyo State, and it was, I think we got there. Uh, I can't. It's been some months, so I can't remember the details so sharply now. But we got to camp. I remember we had all our processes done, our documents, and you will find groups to join while you are a prospective corps member. You find groups that would give you the details of the documents you need to take along, and you could Google them as well. The information will be passed across. Just ensure that you are on effective groups that pass information across. So along with your luggages, you have to pack your documents. So on getting to camp, that was like the first thing we had to sort out. I wanted to go with a group bus, but the group did not group. We're just three. And the guy said that, yeah, he had planned with, but we got to the park, and the drivers, rightfully so, could not just carry just three people to Iseyin. So we had to just find a way and sort ourselves out. So the three of us had to go and get into like a public bus, and yeah, that was what we took. So already I was getting pissed. I mean, we got to camp, and the first thing we did was to get settled, get allocated our rooms. It was like, of course, a long queue. I went to camp the first day it was opened, so it was a long queue, but not as long as the other days. It was a long queue. We got there, they search our boxes to ensure that we didn't pack any contraband along, and they include like sharp objects, certain drugs, and stuff like that. You would know all those as well. Crocs were not allowed in my camp, Iseyin camp. So like people with crocs, with certain types of shoes, were let out. Like they kept the shoes for them and registered their identity so that they would be able to pick it up when they are leaving. So after that, we got allocated our rooms, and we got to the rooms, dropped our bags, got allocated bunks, got a bunk, and went back out to proceed with the registrations. And then during the registrations, you'll be given your ID card, not the actual ID card, just something that carries your number on it, and then you'll be given your khakis, your shoes, your everything. So that was basically what the registration process was like. And then we had to do bank registration as well, because you won't be using your present bank for your NYSC money for your allowance. So you have to open a new bank account and stuff. Funnily, my number, and the way it's done is from so number to certain number, we go to a certain bank. From another number to certain number, we go to another bank. So it is well structured like that. And funnily, I use Access Bank, and I was placed in Access Bank as well. Access Bank then didn't see a reason to open another account for me, so they gave me back my account number, and like they didn't open a new account number. I'm using my old card. I don't know, like I really can't say if that's normal, but when I noticed it, because they came another day and they pasted like they pasted the information, the new bank details, and I saw that mine was the old one. So I saw that mine was the old one, and I went directly to tell them that, oh, this was what the problem was, and so. and they it was like that's not a problem, and they linked it. There were others with previous access accounts and they didn't link it. So I don't know. I really don't know how that went, but I've been getting my allowance share. So after that, got the car keys and stuff, and um most of almost all of us, like, when you're filling in your details, you get measurements, like you submit your measurements and stuff. But this one, the measurement didn't count or stuff. Like, everything I got was huge, especially my like, everything was huge. The khaki was bigger than me. The smallest size of shoes was 42, and I used a 37 big, a 38 small. So it was a gigantic shoes to fit in. I had to give somebody when I got back. I mean, the white one. The khaki is also bigger than me, but I can patch it up. I can manage it, right? After we're done with the registration, and we thought that, okay, now let's rest. Immediately you are changing it to your white on white, because you only wear your khaki on your swearing in day. Immediately we changed into our white on white. Immediately they've called us to the field to do parade. They started saying, we were sure, sure. It was funny, it was crazy. Like, people have had long days, and you're telling them to, like, immediately, like, there's not even warning. It is a military, let no one fool you, it is a military zone there. And if you're not ready, I would say, or if you're not healthy enough to do these things, be true to yourself, and just submit your health details. Like, if you feel, submit your health details, be true, because I don't want to be faster than I need to. But it was a military regime. Immediately we were already on the line, the platoon 4. I was in platoon 4. They are you're lining up in numbers. Immediately you're immediately they've decided to choose parade leaders, parade commanders. They started to pick out certain people from the lines to become quarter guards, and it is crazy. It is a very, very crazy thing. So apparently quarter guards are, like, it's like an honorary role. So you're not just part of the, like, marchers or the paraders. You're you're like the face of the you're welcoming guests. You're like at the entrance of marching, at the entrance, not with the others. And you also have, like, the quarter guards also have, like, they're the ones who would come to raise the flag when Nigeria wakes up at 6 a.m. So they bring down the flag by 6 p.m. They raise it up by 6 a.m. the next morning. Like, it's a beautiful position. So there are positions like that. So, and quarter guards, um, they picked out the people who are going to be calling the different platoons parades. They started giving us certain parade slang. I can't remember now. Salute, salute. I was going to say salute the chairman. Pray, salute. You like that same day. My God, it was stressful, of course. And then when we went in to settle, I think it was about, like you go for, was there lunch on that day? I can't remember now. But there was dinner. Obviously, there was dinner. Yeah, you'll be given your meal, like, card as well. That would have your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Then, if you want to eat in the kitchen, or your, like, camp, like I said in the former video, the kitchen was their food was okay. Like, it's all right, it's an okay food. So limited the amount of money I had to spend at mommy to buy food. But if you don't want to eat what the kitchen serves, or because of queue, because of course the queue is going to be massively long, and you can eat at mommy, you can't spend your money. If you want to eat, that's your choice. So we went in for to take our dinner and stuff, and immediately after dinner as well, you're around that 6, you go for dinner. I think you come back out by 8. by that age you're coming back out. We came back out for like social nights that same day, but it wasn't like the party social night, it was like documentary. We sat out to do documentaries. At that point I knew that this is going to be a lot. Like it was just back to back to back to back of events. By the next day, we went to bed by 10 a.m. People you would also for water. Me, I like to have water. Okay, so I fetched my water that night. Just my one bucket of water. I fetched it that night, and it was all right. And you should know how you keep your stuff down. And I kept my water and stuff, went to bed. Already I started talking to some people, people who were next to me, to my bed. I started talking to them. We started, you know, but I wasn't chatty at all. I wasn't feeling the vibe. I just wanted to sleep. As I do first day, I wanted to go to my house. So we slept, and by 2 a.m., remember, we got in by 10. We got in, there was light out, and by 2 a.m., people were already having their beds again inside hall. So we had a couple of female rooms, just few, very, very few, I think just one or two male hostels, just one major male hostel and like a smaller one, and we had like about 5 6 female hostels. So we were fewer in each female hostels, and some female hostels had like up to 4 rooms, 3 rooms. Yeah, so my own room we were 40, 20 bunks. Yeah, we were about 40, less than 50 in my room. And we people, as at 2 a.m., people already started going to fetch water. They were already going to have their base, making noise on torchlight, everything. It was crazy. Oh, we stood up too. I called the people that we started talking. Oh yeah, let's go and have our bait too. Going to have our bait, and by this time, Amatan was already striking. Okay, with cold water. There were like some vendors who had hot water that came out. Like the vendors would come out, like say maybe around 4 a.m., and you get hot water for them. Me, I'm a minimalist. I didn't see it as a necessary something, so I used cold water. I don't use hot water in my house too, so I used the cold water. And we had our beds, and we were chilling. The bedrooms were okay in Iseyin Camp. The bedrooms were okay. The toilets were okay, except of course humans be humans, and humans mess it up. So that happened a couple of times, but um by the second day, I think we were able to come to an agreement on how the place was going to be cleaned, and who was going to be cleaning, and how it was going to be cleaned. We were able to come to those agreements, and it worked well. We didn't have to sweep ourselves, we didn't have to wash bedrooms ourselves. And I don't think it was, they said it wasn't legal, but apparently that's how like it's always been done. It's just all these formalities that you have to do it yourself. But there are people in Mami that are willing to do this for very, very cheap amounts. So like there's no time. I wish I can explain like the little time for me that my social energy dies in about 2 hours of any form of stretching. Like every little time I wanted to just be on my bed, not necessarily sleeping. I took a book along, and I bought some books in camp. Like I was just reading, I was just enjoying my life. I would just rather do that than engage in unfruitful conversations or unfruitful acts like sweeping. Like I like all those things. So it made sense that we came to an agreement, and we were able to do that, and it worked perfectly. So somebody always came in to clean, and nothing was missing. And also there were records of theft, I think pilfering in some other rooms, but one person was caught and was disciplined rightfully so. So by the next day, by 5, is it by 5 a.m. or 4 a.m.? The time feels me now. I wish I had done this video as soon as possible, but I think, yeah, by 4 a.m., they would blow that very annoying trumpet thing. What do they call it now? I think they will blow the, I can't remember now, it has a name. So they blow it, and it's like for you to wake up and start doing your stuff. So by 4 a.m. you're ready, you getting dressed. By 5 a.m. you're on the, I hope I'm not getting it wrong. By 5 a.m. you're on the field. That cold morning, you have to be on the field, you have to be ready, you have to be on the parade ground. And by 6 a.m., yeah, by 6 a.m. You do a lot of things. You do by that 5 a.m. They taught us the anthem. They taught us the, like, some people will be taking morning meditations. They made announcements. By 6 a.m. Nigeria wakes up. People, when Nigeria wakes up, we Nigeria wakes up by 6 a.m. You start your drills, you start this thing like as early as that. So maybe like 7 a.m. you're asked to go back to your rooms to freshen up and have breakfast. By 9 a.m. you are out again for like parades in the hot Hamatan sun. You're out again, you're doing like come rain, come shine, sunshine. I'll be out under the rain or in the sun, under the sun or in the rain. It's a crazy stuff. It's a blue military atmosphere there. So you do all that needs to be done. Your Yeah, by Sunday you go to NCCF. NCCF is the body of Christians on camp, and in NYSC generally. And then you get to go to, they have a building, and Muslims still have their own buildings as well. So they have a building and serve as a building, and you go there to worship on Sundays. And if you want to join their, if you want to join like worship and stuff, worship teams, prayer teams, you can do all of that. But so I, as a prayer person that I am, I love to pray. I thought, okay, yeah, let's join the prayer team. And then, bro, I heard the like almost every break time, the 1 hour break, 2 hour break that you get in the middle of activities, you have to be back there praying. I say, oh my God, I what have I signed up for? I would be truthful. I never went for, or I went for services the 3 weeks I was there, but I never went for like the prayer unit meeting or anything again, because I just like, it is draining if we're going to be truthful to ourselves. Of course, some people went like, and I love that. I encourage that, but I just know your strength. I say it every time. My Like me, that I'm almost crying like every chance. Like it, people were crying, people were fainting. God did not let me faint. God did not let unnecessary tears come out of my face. I just wanted to maintain my sanity and stuff. So every tired, I tried to relax when I can. And then the social nights, I just feel like the social nights are very, very unnecessary. I feel like they should be optional, but if they were optional, people would not go. Even the people that always danced at the social nights and then seemed to enjoy it, I feel like they will not go because it was time consuming. And sometimes, because I'm not even feeling it, I'm not that social enough to, like, in fact, I can't dance to songs that they play. Like, you I can't really participate in certain things that they regard as fun, because it's a general place. Yeah, we're not all Christians there. So like, people had their funds, and people had funds, but I can't in good faith. I don't even like the vibe. I don't enjoy it. So most times social night like is a depressing time for me. I just want to cry. I just like, hey God, what have I, because I'm not enjoying it. I really didn't want to be there, but it was mandatory. So you had to be there. So I didn't like that about camp. I didn't like that the social night was mandatory. And yeah, the military regime really was something. People fainted, or I'm not even joking. People fainted, people were sick. And because we had someone, I saw someone that went with the next batch recently, and I saw her before they, she wasn't supposed to be back at the time she was back. So Mama, you're back. What, haven't you gone? She was like, she went to, she told them that she had to take a break, that she was like, she really couldn't, like, it's that stressful if you're not used to that kind of like atmosphere of run, because it is a military something going on. It's not, I know for sure that it's not up to what the actual military students go through wherever they school, or like, I mean, trainees and stuff. I know it's not up to half, but this is coming from a place of like comfort and civil, act and stuff to like run. You're walking, you're going by number, you're whistle commanding your every atmosphere, your every step, you can't do certain things when you will, right? It was crazy. It was, I mean, they were nice, they were as nice as they could be, but it is what it is. It is a military, it is a regimented atmosphere there, and you have to obey what has been laid down. So basically, that is it. Um, I enjoyed my stay. We made a couple of friends. There were a couple of atrocities too. Like me, I really don't know. Like all these people that used to find love and husband and stuff in camp. I really don't know how they achieve that one, because like I'm telling you, like by the second week, me I stopped wearing. I think okay, maybe I still wore my earring and I still used my spray, but wristwatch, everything. Like I couldn't give two hoots about all of that. But of course, like we have different strengths. Like people still maintained their skincare routine there. Even the white powder I took, I could not even use it again. Like where I was, and me, I'm strong mentally. I would think I'm relatively strong mentally for these things, but it was just what it is. Like I just removed my hand from anything that would be extra burden to me. Let me just wake up and do what they ask me to do, and just let the days count, and let's get out of here. Anything more than that would be real shit. Like people would um how do I explain it? Well, I was trying to add difference, yeah. So people made friends, people were, people vibe on different level, atrocities and stuff, meeting your bone of your bone. I don't know how it happens. Like I couldn't even engage in conversations with like the opposite sex for that long. I really didn't have the time for it. Like I just met my girls that we were in the hall. We just when we get back, because of course we're in different platoons. When we get back, we want to talk, we want to just a bit. That was the most interactions I had in camp. I don't know how they super husband and stuff. They will pay, they will not commit atrocity. I'm like, in all this recording, how do you find time to book appointments with each other that after this so activity we are going to go and kiss, or we are going to go and fornicate? How do you, when and how did you have the strength to do these activities? Yeah. But I guess that for certain activities strength comes from within, and that's crazy. Yeah. Also, so I feel like the 3 weeks might not be enough for bonding, especially for introverts. I really don't think that the 3 weeks is enough for the bonding thing that NYC is about. But we'll get to talk more about that in PPA. That's going to be the next, or the second after the next um entry into my youth core diary. Yeah. But all in all, it was fun, and some people got to experience newly another tradition, and you're able to see how people act, and it was just fun. We get to gossip about certain attitudes and stuff, and yeah, there are different associations to join, different activities to join. I joined the kitchen. I worked with the kitchen. It was great. It was fun. I wanted to play volleyball, but the time of the final practice, I joined a couple of practices, but the time of the final practices was clashing with my kitchen duties. So I couldn't play for the match. And I was removed from the parade because I obviously wasn't doing enough. Then what else? There are other, there are going to be Saids are very important. I would like to say they are very important, because for people who are interested in learning new skills, you get to learn new skills. And guess what? There are surprise prizes for being good at these things. Like there are competitions at the end, and you are awarded prizes if you meet the courts. Like for things, so there are a lot of competitions. There are speaking debates. There are, and you might want to do that. Yeah, it improves your visibility. Me, I did not do that. Some people noted that being everywhere can help boost you, or you know how where you're going to be posted, because you're known, and the leaders would push in word for you, or so for some people it worked. For some people they were just doing everything, it didn't work. You know, some people joined church, they joined race, they were every activity they were in. Me, I would say, where are they getting this strength from? But strength, you know, is an inner thing. So yeah, and people were just ready to do all these things and stuff, and it didn't work out for them as others. They were still posted to Igora, Igbo, Igolumo. They were still posted to different places, yeah. And yeah, so that happened as well. But it's fun to join and to take your side classes seriously, because you never know when questions will be asked. You never know where how you can chip in and just get awards. There are different offices too. I do know that they pick like, so you have a president and a vice president for like your batch generally, and I think they call them camp court, core camp leaders or something. So they pick these people based on their activeness, I think, and based on, I think they needed law students as well because they're going to be making decisions and judging matters. So I think they needed law students as well. So that was also considered, I think, which is a good thing. So you might want to. There are a lot of. I didn't get to know that there were a lot of like awards and fun activities that were taking place and stuff. So like you get to do this, and also your level of activeness might help you put a word in, like I said, on out where you're going to be posted and stuff. So yeah, that works too. um yeah, basically that's it. We left camp, and even though it seemed really long, it was emotional to leave. It was so emotional to leave, because by that last week we were already bonding. Like there were a lot of crazy situations, fights, a little bit of fights are there. They have like, if they should chase you out of camp, what will you say you did? All this, yeah, father people used to do just used to get on my nerves, because it just really doesn't make sense. You could save yourself the stress and just walk out of certain situations. But by like the last day, people were bond where like it seems like we've known each other in the room for wherever. It was emotional, especially my bunkie, my sideys, and my opposites, like that, like those six bunks, yeah, 6 bunks area. So my bunk, my opposite, my sidey, my like that. It was a fun thing for us, and we quite enjoyed the fellowshipping and the gisting. We had to talk on, people are from different backgrounds. There was a lot of things to talk about and to argue about, and I feel like, yeah, in that sense, the bonding objective of the NYSC worked. But did we continue the relationship after? Yeah, we say hi to each other once and stuff. But yeah, but for some people, yeah, it's the bond continued. I would think, and people are still fellowshipping with one another, and maybe somebody will marry somebody in the batch. Yeah. So that happened. Well, we left camp, and then another saga started, which I'll be talking about in the next entry. Okay, so yeah, thanks for listening to my gist. God bless you. If I miss anything, I'll make a voice over for it. So, love you. God bless you. Thanks for listening to me. If you liked it, like, share, subscribe. If you haven't, comment down below. Share your experiences. Okay. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Prayers, hugs, and kisses. I love you.